NBC5 News at 6 starts now.
Our thoughts and prayers are not enough.
Obama responding with frustration following another mass shooting, this one in our own backyard. Good evening and thank you for choosing NBC5 News at 6 on this solemn Thursday evening. I'm Craig Smullen.
And I'm Kristen Hosfeld. We have team coverage tonight on today's tragic shooting at Umpqua Community College in Roseburg. We begin with NBC5's Kyle Averman, who's standing by with the latest information on today's shooting.
Kyle, what can you tell us?
Well, Kristen and Craig, this really is an unbelievable tragedy. There still are a lot more questions than we have answers tonight, but here's a little bit about what we do know. The first call came in just before 10:40 this morning of shots fired at Umpqua Community College. Police have confirmed a total of 10 fatalities. 7 people have been injured. At one point, the suspect allegedly exchanged gunfire with police. He was ultimately killed. It's not clear, if the shooter was among those 10 killed, but we do know the shooter was a 20-year-old male. No officers were injured. Now, we're still trying to learn the details leading up to the shooting, but we have seen a report from the News Review right here in Roseburg where a witness says they were in a writing class in Snyder Hall when a suspect began asking students to stand up and state their religion and started firing. Again, this is unconfirmed reports from witnesses. Investigators say it really is too early to release a motive at this point. We're still waiting on information from the sheriff's office in a press conference later on tonight. Now, there is a strong police presence still on campus across the street from where we're at right now. More than 100 officers from various agencies across the state, including in Jackson and Josephine County, on scene. We've also seen members of the FBI and K-9 units have also been called out to help sweep the parking lot looking for any potential threats. Nothing has been found as of this point. Now, UCC President Rita Cavan also confirmed with us earlier this afternoon that classes have been canceled tomorrow and all weekend long activities with Umpqua Community College have been canceled. Classes should resume on Monday as of the latest. She says obviously she is deeply saddened by this horrific tragedy. Just to give you an idea about the size of Umpqua Community College, there's about 3,000 students that attend this school. It is the only higher education facility here in Douglas County. Now, we do know that a candlelight vigil will be held tonight at Stewart Park. That's at 8 o'clock right here in Roseburg. The entire community is expected and invited to attend. We, of course, will have the very latest for you, and when we learn more, we will be sure to pass it along to you. For now, reporting live in Roseburg, Kyle Averman, NBC5 News.
Kyle, thank you. And of course, our hearts go out to the families affected by today's shooting. Everyone, even here in our own newsroom, has family who go and attend that school, and it's definitely felt throughout the entire community. Some waiting to hear from their loved ones today, and it seemed like an eternity. That's right.
With the true extent of the threat still unknown, those still on campus were evacuated to a nearby site. They were bused to the Douglas County Fairgrounds. NBC5's Matt Jordan was at the fairgrounds and spoke to students and their families. Matt, you're with a student now. What can you tell us?
Well, Craig, I'm with Kayleen and her mother, Becky Holt. First, I want to ask you, Kayleen, what was it like hearing, seeing? What did you hear and see? What was going on this morning around 10:40 a.m.?
Well, I was in my organic chemistry lab, and we were conducting experiments, and all of a sudden, one of the students came into the room and said that she had just heard the lab aide say that there had been an active gunman on campus. And at that point, our chemistry teacher said, well, I guess we're going to go into lockdown. And so we went into the back room of the science building, and we found out that it wasn't a drill and that it was actually a real gunman. And that's where we were told that we should call our loved ones and tell them that we were safe.
So you had your phone on you and you texted your mom. Becky, you heard about it before you even got that text. What did she text you? What did you hear? What was going on there?
Actually, I was at work, so the text was the information, or rather the alert that I got that there was an issue. And the text just said that there's an active gunman. I'm in the chem lab. I think I'm safe. And then she sent a text that said, love you. And it was horrifying. Absolutely terrifying.
Now, clearly you guys have reunited, but in the time between that text and finally seeing her for the first time coming off that bus at the Douglas County Fairgrounds, what was that like for you?
Well, I kept in contact with her via text and Facebook, and keeping all of the friends and family informed that she was safe. I told her to let me know just as soon as I was able to come to her, and it was very relieving to finally have her back in my arms.
You're definitely not alone in that. We were out at Douglas County Fairgrounds, very, very emotional out there. What was it like for you, Kayleen?
It was pretty emotional. I had already gotten into contact with most of my friends just to make sure that they were all safe. But people that I've had class with, people that I've interacted with in different clubs, seeing them get off the bus, knowing that they were safe, that was pretty emotional. Lots of hugs happened today.
So class doesn't start again until Monday. What happens next for you guys?
Well, I think I'm going to go to the candlelight vigil, support everybody that's there, and then I'm going to spend time with my family.
Kayleen, Becky, thank you very much. You guys have been great, and I wish you the best. I wish everybody the best. Back to you, Craig, Kristen.
Powerful story. Kayleen and Becky home, thank you so much for talking to us. One can only imagine what it was like for each of them to go through this today.
A tough situation, and she's so thankful her daughter's okay, but that's not the case for so many families there in Roseburg tonight.
All right. Well, and also tonight, a Roseburg woman speaking only to NBC 5 News as she's waiting outside of Mercy Medical Center. That's Roseburg's only hospital for her friend to get out of surgery.
He is one of those many people injured by the gunman today. NBC 5's Roma Villavicencio joins us live with more from Roseburg now. Roma.
Kristen, 30-year-old Christopher Mintz was shot 5 times inside the science building. His close friend, Shelly Dodd, tells me he was protecting other people when he got shot. She says he is studying to become a fitness trainer. He is a Army war veteran who served in Afghanistan for 4 years, and now he's in the hospital getting surgery for his various wounds, and he's been there since 11 a.m.
Our veterans go away to war and serve for our country and don't sustain the injury that he received today. Just going to school, trying to, get back into a life after, being at war, and this is what happens.
That little boy pictured with Mintz is his son, and today is his 6th birthday. So Dodd, as you can imagine, is very devastated and says truly Mintz is just a really nice guy who works really hard for his family. So they are on pins and needles right now, just waiting for him to get out of surgery. Live in Roseburg, Roma Villavicencio, NBC 5 News.
Thank you, Roma. We will, of course, continue to follow those updates and get them to you as we can.
Yeah.
This all unfolding around 10:40 this morning. NBC 5 News has obtained the police scanner traffic when the gunman opened fire this morning on the UCC campus. Again, that 911 call coming in just before 10:40 a.m.
Yeah, 10 people are dead, 7 more injured. Let's take a listen to this dramatic audio.
Active shooter at UCC, 1140 Umpqua College Road.
Confirmed report that he's got a long gun.
The UCC, this is going to be the Snyder Hall. Somebody is outside one of the doors, shooting through the door. There is a female in the computer lab. We do have one female that has been shot at this time.
Exchanging shots with him. He's in a classroom on it's going to be the southeast side of the hall. The suspect is down. We've got multiple gunshot wounds. We're going to need multiple ambulances on scene.
Now we know that number of fatalities is at 10, 7 more injured, and the gunman was also killed. President Obama also addressing America today, visibly shaken as he delivered remarks. The UCC shooting marking the 15th mass shooting he has addressed during his presidency. The president says the entire country mourns with the city of Roseburg. Let's take a look at some of what he had to say.
In the coming days, we'll learn about the victims. Young men and women who were studying and learning and working hard, their eyes set on the future, their dreams on what they could make of their lives. And America will wrap everyone who's grieving with our prayers and our love.
Oregon's lawmakers also reacting to the tragic news out of Roseburg tonight. Governor Kate Brown briefly addressing the public in Portland, saying she joins Oregonians and Americans in profound dismay and heartbreak. Do we have her soundbite?
Our thoughts and prayers are with the victims and their families. Our top priority now is the medical treatment for victims and the security of the campus.
Oregon's senior U.S. Senator Ron Wyden releasing a statement saying, quote, Oregonians everywhere want Roseburg to know we're praying for them. Senator Jeff Merkley also saying, quote, I am absolutely heartbroken by today's news. The hearts and thoughts of all Oregonians are with the victims, their families, and the entire UCC and Roseburg communities.
Congressman Greg Walden also reacting, saying in part, quote, today's news out of Roseburg is heartbreaking. Oregon and the entire nation mourns this senseless loss. Well, RCC students in downtown Medford are shaken following news of today's deadly shooting in Roseburg. A Medford police officer stood by, keeping a watchful eye on the center of the downtown RCC campus just moments after news broke of the shooting. Students say the law enforcement presence was comforting, but it didn't shake their nerves.
I didn't want to come to class. I thought about the people that, went to class just thinking life was going to go on as normal, and it's terrible.
Is there anything that can be done to make sure we're safe here? And it's kind of concerning.
Maybe we should have like a metal detector.
RCC's Public Information Officer Grant Walker says today students who have opted in received an emergency message from RCC's mobile app that campus was safe. That's a new procedure the school introduced this year. Counselors will be available for students who need support.
Providence Medford Medical Center has been on standby all day, ready to take in patients from the shooting in Roseburg if need be. Each week, the local hospitals trade off for coverage of local or regional disasters and incidents. Providence is on for this week. Doctors in the ER we spoke with say they're always ready to help if they're needed.
When we were notified of the shootings, we immediately made sure that we had staff available. ORs were notified, trauma surgeons were notified, the emergency team was as well, and the ICU.
All staff members were notified of the shooting this morning and have been on call should victims be transferred here.
Well, the Red Cross is on scene tonight, of course, helping victims, their families, and first responders. Organizers say they're focusing on local support. They say staff from around the state has responded to Umpqua Community College, and they're working to provide emotional and mental health support to those on campus. The Lane Blood Center, of course, in Lane County, says as a result of today's shooting, they have an immediate need for donors with O positive and O negative blood types. Visit redcross.org for more information.
And if you would like to help the victims and families affected by the shooting tonight, you can do so by making a donation at Rogue Credit Union. It's under the name Umpqua Community College Tragedy Fund. Donations can be made by phone or by going to any Rogue Credit Union branch. Again, those funds will go directly to the victims and families affected in today's shooting in Roseburg. Mercy Medical Center in Roseburg will also be holding a blood drive from noon to 5 tomorrow. And the FBI has established a hotline for any tips and for family members. That number is 1-800-225-5324. Again, 1-800-225-5324. As today's events unfold, NBC5 News took a look back into past active shooting threats in Oregon. In the last 3 years, there have been 2 active shooter incidents in Oregon. In October of 2013, 3 people were killed at the Clackamas Town Center in Portland. The gunman, Jacob Roberts, took a gun into the mall and fatally shot 2 people before killing himself. Not even a year later, a fatal shooting occurred in June of 2014. This one at a high school, Reynolds High in Troutdale. That's east of Portland. The gunman, 15-year-old Jarrett Michael Paget, took an AR-15 rifle to the school in a guitar case, shooting and killing 1 student, wounding a teacher before turning the gun on himself. Also in 1998, expelled student Kip Kinkle murdered his parents before opening fire on students at Thurston High School. In that shooting, 2 students were killed and 25 more were wounded. Kinkle is currently serving a 111-year sentence without the possibility of parole. Now, recapping today's horrific events in Roseburg, let's go over what we know right now. Oregon State Police say they received the 911 call about a shooting at Umpqua Community College in Roseburg at about 10:40 a.m.
10 people are confirmed dead, 7 more are injured. We've heard multiple reports throughout the day as those numbers have changed. This is the latest information we have from the Douglas County Sheriff's Office. And the 20-year-old male shooter is dead. Police say he was killed in a gunfire exchange with police. We do not know if the young man attended school there at UCC. And a vigil will be held at Stewart Park in Roseburg tonight at 8 o'clock. We will, of course, have full coverage of that event tonight on NBC 5 News at 11.
Closer to home, Ashland High School was temporarily put on lockdown today following a reported threat to campus today. The Ashland Police Department says they received an email around 1 p.m. today of a possibly threatening Facebook post with a picture of a gun. Students were temporarily told to remain in classrooms. However, it was quickly determined the picture was a stock photo from the internet and no longer attended the high school. While the post did not indicate a direct threat, the police department, along with the school, decided to cancel the homecoming parade set for tonight as a precaution. Clouds will continue moving away from the Rogue Valley tonight, and I hear Friday is looking good. Meteorologist Adam Kolpak is live with a first look at the forecast. Hi, Adam.
Hi, Kristen. Yeah, it is looking pretty good. We have some clouds out there right now in the Rogue Valley from a storm system that gave some areas showers, especially along and east of the Cascades. Take a look at the maps. We'll show you what's going on. As you can see, it is 79 in Medford, 61 for Brookings, 54 for Lakeview. It is 52 in Alturas. Modoc County and Lake County getting most of the clouds and the showers over the last several hours. We have a south and southeast wind at 5 for Alturas. It's out of the north at 7 for Roseburg. And you can see some of those showers spinning around into parts of Siskiyou County, getting closer to Mount Shasta City. These showers will be diminishing, and the clouds will be diminishing as well. I'm going to have the full details on that 7-day forecast in just a bit. Back to you.
Adam, thank you very much. We'll be returning to our reporters in Roseburg live later on in tonight's broadcast.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.